Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share with you how to set up your Google Shopping feed app for Shopify dropshipping and the optimization you want to consider before you get started or fix up if you currently have. So in this video you're going to be able to learn how to actually set up this app properly, the settings you want to consider, and what else needs to be done for Google to recognize your product 100% and know exactly who to give it to. And this app also has additional features that I'm going to go through, which is going to really help you out and scale your sales even further. So before I begin this video, I actually want to announce that I'm giving away a free Shopify store that's fully built with winning products in there. So if you want to win that, then just comment down below in the comment section, Surge. You want to just comment down Surge, and then I'm going to pick one lucky person in the next few days to win that free Shopify store. I'm also super excited to announce that the free one-to-one consult spots have just opened up for the ecom Surge program. So if you're interested in that, then wait for the announcement at the end of this video. All right, guys, I'm in my computer now. So what's happening right now is I'm in the Google Shopping feed app, but what you can see is there's an important notification at the top saying that they had some issues with the app being on the App Store, but trust me, they're getting it back onto the App Store. So all you have to do is go to this URL here, because you won't see it in the Shopify app. Just go to this URL and it's going to take you to this app where I'm on right now. I'm on that URL, but it won't be logged into a store. You just have to install the app, and that's how you'll be able to get it on your store. Now, this is the app that I recommend that you use, and this is what I'm going to show you today, how to optimize properly your products in order for Google to give you the best chance to get the right sales and place your products in the right places for ads to come up and not be wasting your money waiting for Google to figure it out. Okay, so right now you can see that I've hidden a few things, but what you want to do here is you want to have these settings for your store. So this is where your email is, and this is how many products you have here. But what you want to do is make sure that they're all products are going through. You want to have your SEO title as the product title to be shown for Google. And then you want to have, leave this as default, and then you want all your variants. So this is important. You don't want to have only one variant. You want to have all your variants. And what that's going to do is it's going to make each variant its own product when you see it in Google Ads. So when you go through products in your Google Ads, you're going to see every color, every size, every variant as its own product. So why that's important is because in one time, there could be many times where one specific color could be the winner that is getting a lot of traffic into your store, right? That's what's stopping people. That's what's making people click. And then even though they don't buy that color, they don't necessarily have to buy that color, because each color's click or URL will be the same URL to go to the same product, right? You want to have variant name in the product title. You want to have inventory management as all, inventory policy follow, which is whatever's on there. And then these should already be checked, I'm pretty sure. And that's it. And then you're going to sync, and then your products go through and they're going to sync. On this side here, you want to have in your default settings. So this is what the default is. So if you have a general store, this is going to be super useful for you to have, because you don't want to have to keep doing these options every single time. So majority of the time, your products are not going to be in the same category, right? So you want to make sure that this is left blank. So just keep it blank. Then you want to have default age group. More than likely, most of your products are going to be for adults. So just check that as an adult. If it is for kids or babies, then just for that product, when you go into the product, then you can switch it around, right? This isn't set in stone where once you do this setting, that's for every single product. What I mean is that most products will be for adults anyway, because that's who's shopping. And then you're going to have gender default. You're going to have male, female, and unisex. So just select unisex most of the time. Most products are for both genders. So the next thing I want to show you here is the Google Shopping settings. So you want to come here, make sure this is not enabled, the sell price, because what happens there is that it switches the price inside your Google Ads, and it becomes a little more confusing as to what the actual price of the product is. Enable UTM tags, because what's important is sometimes Google's tracking in terms of the conversion tracking. It's like the actual tracking on the checkout page or the thank you page. It doesn't always get captured and go straight to Google. So you want to have UTM tags so Google Analytics picks that up, and then at least you can be able to go to Google Analytics and see the exact number of sales you actually had from that product. And sometimes the conversion tracking on Shopify doesn't go through, and UTM tags does because it's part of the URL. Then you want to make sure that your global format is selected. I think you have to do this when you sign up for the app, so make sure you do that. You want to have Shopify _ your location _ whatever is there. Just don't have these, and then you click save. Now the other thing I want to go through here is in case you want to go for other countries and you don't want to just go for the US. Say for example, you signed up for the US and that's your main location, right? Because what happens is Google Merchant Center only allows you to have one feed when you sign up for it, right? So usually it's the default country that you're going after, or whatever your store's currency is in. So this store is in US dollars, so it's automatically going to go and have US as the location or as the setting location as I have in Merchant Center. Otherwise you won't get approved because it has to be the same currency. But what this app can allow you to do is make additional feeds for every country you want to go through. So all you have to do is click here, click manage additional countries. And then inside there, you're going to be able to see all the countries that are available to go after. And then you can select them. But just keep in mind that for every country you select, it's 5% more for this app. So this app right now is say $5 a month, up to 500 products. So 5% more on top of your $5 isn't very much. So you can add additional countries and a feed that gets synced to Merchant Center. And then Merchant Center will make a separate feed for, say, for example, Australia. If you want to have Australia as a feed, then that will sync all the products again, but it will be made just for Australia. Then what you can do is you can go to Google Ads and make an actual campaign just located for Australia. And then all the products get synced for Australia as well. But keep in mind, one last thing is that your default currency of your store will not change. So if you are selling in US dollars to a foreign country that is not made in the US dollars, right? Say, for example, Australian dollars, then what's going to happen is that it's going to show the Australian dollars as some random conversion. So if you're selling for, say, $19.99, and that's equivalent to, say, $28.45 in Australia, what it's going to happen is Google Shopping is going to say $28.45 in brackets $19.99 USD. So what that can do is it can kind of put people off from buying from you just because you're from a foreign country and they don't maybe want to buy from their country located. So it can hurt your conversions in that way. But that's why you want to make a separate store just for that country. But I've targeted other countries using Google Shopping and using this exact method, and it hurts slightly in terms of click-through rate, but when the sales do come in, they do work and they are still profitable. Just keep in mind that the US is the biggest market at the moment for Google Shopping. Okay, so now when you click into a product, you're going to be taken to this page, right? So let me go and scroll down a little bit further and show you the places you want to put your information, because this first part all comes directly from Shopify. So whatever you write in Shopify gets synced into this part of your product, because you can see on this side here it says edit product or sync from Shopify if you've made any changes. So when you scroll down, what you're going to do is you're going to be able to see this category section. So I've obviously blocked it out for just for this product section because it's live, but you're going to be able to select this category section, and it's just going to have a bunch of categories, every single category that Google has. And all you're going to do is start off with the most specific things. So if you've got something that's for gardening, write the product's name in there and see if it comes up. If it doesn't, take one more step back into the category. So don't go straight for gardening as a broad. Try to get as specific as possible based on what Google offers in terms of categories. Don't start scrolling in the categories because you're going to be there forever. There's probably like hundreds or if not thousands of different things to go through. So just type in little different things that are related to your product. If in the end of the day you can't find your exact category for that product, then just do it as the main category or what the broad niches of that product. So if it's a gardening product, simply just writing gardening. The next thing is, like we said, we did all these default settings. So these will already be set. So I don't have to even touch them. They're already done. If I did have to touch them, I would have to open every single one and go through and do this every single time. Come down and make sure this is on submit brand name MPN with SKU, because usually you won't have a barcode. So just make sure that's sitting on there. If you have any custom labels that you're segmenting, then you would place them in here. And then that's it. Then you go scroll to the bottom and then you just click save, and that's it for your product done and optimizing it. The most important part of this is that you are actually categorizing your product and giving it to Google in a way where Google can be like, okay, this is made for these people. So anybody who has a history or any browser search or anything, or any browse search or anything that they've done in the past, these guys are most suited because they are actually proven to buy in this category. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually Bing shopping ads. So I actually run Bing on my other stores, not on this specific store, but it's just like setting up Google Shopping. So you have to have a merchant center just like Bing will have. You're using Microsoft Merchant Center. Then you have to set up its conversion tracking tag, installing that stuff, and then installing connecting this app there as well. So this app can actually sync exactly the same amount of things that are happening on your Shopify store to Bing as well. So you don't have to do any additional work. in terms of syncing and making another product or uploading or anything like that. It also does the exact same thing for Google Shopping as well as for Bing Shopping now. So if you guys are interested in me actually talking about Bing Shopping and how much I've actually made on Bing Shopping, which is I think I've made 7 to 8 grand off Bing, spending maybe 1,000 to 2,000. I have to double check. But if you want me to make a video on Bing Shopping as well, because it's a very untapped market, it's very it's not too different from Google Ads, but it has its limitations in terms of what you can do. But if you want me to make a video, let me know in the comments down below as well. So next thing I want to talk about is the XML feed, and what this is actually good for is other things other than Google, Facebook, or Bing, and things that you still want to feed your products in a lot easier than having to download all your products and then having to manually do it every single time. So what this can do is it actually just spits out a URL at the end of the day. Once you've continued through this and approved the cost, which is an additional $175 per month for this feed, it will make it into a URL feed. And I spoke about this in my Pinterest video on how I spent $0 and made $4,985 back. So if you haven't watched that video, you can also watch that as well after this video. Watch that one because it's a good way to get started if you don't want to spend too much money, and it's free traffic basically as well. But this is how I used the XML feed in order to link it to Pinterest. But the XML feed is also good for other things if you want to use an API through any other websites or want to be able to feed them through this app to there. So that's also what I wanted to go through and for you guys to consider if you wanted to use it as well. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the Facebook product catalog. So there are other apps that are free actually that you can use for Facebook catalog, but if you're already using this app for Google, then you're better off just syncing everything through this same app because everything is running through it anyway. So you may as well just connect it using this app. But I just wanted to go through quickly that you can also use Facebook product catalog to do DPA ads and retargeting on Facebook. So if you're actually running Google ads, set up DPA Facebook targeting ads as well, because what will happen is people will come through Google, they may or may not buy, and if they don't buy, then they'll go on Facebook eventually, and then you'll be able to get them as well from there and be able to push them to buy as well. And I've been able to push people to be able to retarget them off Facebook before Facebook banned my account, right? Like that's been happening all the time recently, that Facebook's just banning everybody. So I had my BM, my business manager, I still haven't been able to get it back, so that's a shame. But hey, that's why I'm on Google, and that's why I've been teaching everybody here about Google, because Facebook is just not reliable enough, and you have to be able to ninja your way around and have multiple accounts. So, all right, guys, so that's it for showing this app and optimization. If you want me to go through any of the other things that I spoke about in this video, let me know in the comments down below. All right, with all of this, now you know exactly how to set up your Google Shopping feed app for Shopify dropshipping and the different optimization techniques you need to consider inside this app, and also the other things that this app can do and other things that you may want me to do in the future as well and explain. I'm also super excited to announce that the one-to-one console is now open for the ecom surge program. So if you're interested in that, then click the link below in the description to sign up. And please only sign up if you're serious about working together and getting your Shopify store to the next level using Google Ads. So this free console isn't just to have a conversation, it's a serious conversation to sit down and see if I can help you out to help you get into Google Ads or improve your Google Ads, and if you're a good fit for this program. Also, the free Facebook group is also open, so that's in the description as well. So if you're interested in joining that, then just click that link and it will take you to join that group. So if you enjoyed this video and you got any value out of it, then smash the like button because it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And hit that subscribe button to know when I upload new videos for Shopify dropshipping and Google Ads. And hit that notification bell to be first to know when I upload those videos. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.